We're live.
Oh, I love these graphics.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
All right.
Oh wait, did we stop the starting full screen? Are we up?
Oh, are we live?
We're live. We're live.
Starting screen
Oh,
again.
now it's
Let's
looping.
do it one more time.
Yeah.
Does StreamYard have a dark mode? I don't like the light it's putting on my face.
Welcome. Are we playing a radio?
Did someone say
We're gonna get copywritten all over this. All right. Let's go. We've got several people coming on live. This is exciting. Don't worry, nobody can hear us until we're in.
Oh, okay. So I can still talk.
Yeah.
If you're
if you're not in the, well, actually, no, we're all in. We're all in, I guess, because it says remove. So we're all in the stream. Yes, they can all hear us. Woo!
Yeah. Alexis says, no, we can all hear you.
Yeah. Michelle says, we can hear you all. Laugh out loud. Yeah.
The illusion of the starting screen is shattered.
Oh, no.
Coconuts.
Shout out Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Woo! Ha-ha! Welcome to Miami Jam. Woo! Bring the heat, y'all. This is gonna be good. Woo! Are you excited? Hey, put some stuff in the comments, folks. We want y'all to be a part of this, you know. Let's go, baby. Woo! Here we go. Are y'all ready for Miami? This is the kickoff to React Miami coming up here next week. Can't wait for it. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, oh, you are gonna be missing out. Don't miss out, folks. And if you're here, you're probably going, so we love y'all. Let's do it. Woo!
Everyone who's in some sort of a chat, make sure you drop a subscription, make sure you drop a follow.
Yeah.
We have all amazing people here, and you don't want to miss any future content from anyone.
Yes. Yes, don't forget to follow everybody. Here we go. All right. Woo! Welcome to Miami Jam, baby. Yeah.
Welcome to Miami Jam. Woo! How are you guys doing?
Did we lose someone?
We did lose someone. I'm so pumped, by the way. That was such a
You guys are good at this.
intro.
We can keep the music going, Scott. Yeah, keep it going.
All right.
Keep it
We'll
going.
turn it down. We'll keep it going, though.
Let's go. My name is Dev. I am your host for Miami Jam. Thank you everyone for showing up. And with me are awesome co-hosts of JavaScript Jam podcast, Twitter space. What would you call it, guys?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, JavaScript Jam Live is the Twitter space version.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And just as a reminder, Miami Jam is brought to you by JavaScript Jam, like we just talked about, by the React Miami conference, one of the best conferences about React in the world, and also by the Jam Foundation, because we cannot use the word Jam without permission from them.
Woo! It's getting hot in
Alright.
here. I can feel it. All right. Bring the heat.
All right, let's get into it a little bit. So, the game show rules pretty simple. You answer question and you win coconuts. Coconuts are your points, and at the end of the show, whoever has the most coconuts wins some sort of a prize. What's the prize? That's a surprise. Was that a dad joke? Does that qualify as a dad joke?
You got me with that one.
Am I too young for these jokes? Alright, let's meet our amazing participants today. Kathleen, you want to go ahead and do a short introduction?
Yo, I'm Kathleen McMahon. I Resource 11 on Twitter, design system engineer at Northwestern Mutual, and currently technologically challenged today. As you saw.
Amazing, amazing. It's a great thing that all the web developers, or half of the web developers, have some issues with some sort of web applications, or I think pretty much all of us. Dax, how are you doing? Seem to be going through some internet issues, but you're still here. Thank you very much.
My name is Dax. I am currently an engineer suffering from an internet outage. We all know how painful that can be. My intro, according to Twitter, I am a junior front-end engineer, I think, that's where we landed these days. But according to myself, I work at a company called SST. We do open source stuff. We help people build applications on AWS. We have a whole framework around it. And that's what I do. And for some reason, I'm talking at Miami. I'm from Miami, so that was my way in, I think.
Right, so you're the Miami part, you don't have to do anything with the React part.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, this React-based quiz show is probably going to be a good experience for you then.
Oh, God.
Finally, we have Josh. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm great. I'm so excited about this. How are you?
Awesome. Yeah, well, what do you do these days? What are you up to?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't have a job at a company. Instead, I'm a full-time open source developer. So I work on a lot of the tooling that lets you run ESLint and Prettier on TypeScript, also known as TypeScript ESLint, and then random side projects on the side. I also putz around conferences and yell about static analysis. And I'm real excited to do that at React Miami. Woo!
Awesome. A full-time open source, what was the word you used? Maintainer or just?
Maintainer, developer, putterer.
Right. Yeah,
yeller.
fancy word of saying we work for free and expect people to pay us anyways.
Yep. Accurate.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. So I don't think we have too much else here. We have a lot of cool people jumping in the chat. Michelle, thank you very much for showing up, and of course, thank you for letting us do this. That's the biggest part. And if anyone has a little bit of downtime, make sure you go on Twitter, make some hype around it, ask more people to join the show. We are hoping this is a fun show. We are hoping this is an interactive show. So feel free to throw in your own questions in the chat, whether that be about React or anything that's brought up in these conversations or any of our questions. You can also ask your own questions, and you get to decide as the chat how many coconuts should the person answering get, if any. All right, we have our first trivia question of the day today. Should be pretty simple one. We're taking it easy. Let's go with this one, which is one React hook that takes 3 arguments. This has to be imported from React, and we're doing a buzzer style, so as soon as you have a question, just unmute and shout something. Which also means you can take your time to think of it.
Wait, hang on. Unmute and shout the answer?
As a buzzer, like you have the answer you want
Like,
to answer.
like that.
Raise your hand and
Okay. That's funny.
And yeah, this is for all 3 of you. There might be some more questions in the future where one of you gets banned from answering it. But this one, feel free, go ahead. There are a few hooks that you import from React that take 3 arguments. For example, useState just takes 1, which is the initial state. useEffect takes 2 arguments, which is the effect function and a dependency array. But which hook, Dax, is that Dax?
Use reducer.
Use reducer, amazing. That's one of them. Are there any more that you can think of, or anyone else can think of? Dax will get a coconut for that. But if you can think of any more hooks that might take 3 arguments from React, you might also get more coconuts. Or if anyone else can think of one, Kathleen, Josh, because there are a couple more.
I'm still writing create class components. I don't even know what hooks are at this point. Too afraid to ask.
Oh no. What about
This
Kathleen?
isn't looking good.
Any
Like we're
ideas?
3 speakers at a React conference.
You have 3
I
speakers.
feel like we should know.
You are like asking the hello ADHD, yo.
No pressure,
Is
y'all.
it use callback? No.
No pressure.
It's
Just
not.
name all the hooks you know. Use callback.
Yeah,
Like,
so
use ref.
penalty for getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Not really.
Use layout.
Negative
Get out.
coconuts.
You only have 0.
Is
Wait,
that a negative coconut?
wait. Bzzz. Use state. I hereby invoke the civilization bug where my negative goes into overflow and I have like integer max value coconuts. Can I do that?
Nice.
If the
Can I
V8
Google?
gods lets you do that, maybe.
I'm just gonna start googling.
Well, that's cheating, and you already earned your coconut.
Yeah.
All right, so in that case, I'm just going to go to the answers. Use reducer is one of them, and the other 2 are use imperative handle.
Use imperative handle. Literally, have never heard of that in my life.
There you go.
That's a new one that just came out, and
Hey.
there's an article that someone just wrote like that I bookmarked like yesterday, literally about this. It was about refs and how you could do refs differently using use imperative handle.
Only you read it instead of bookmarking it.
Can you tell us more about that in that case? Because
I
honestly, I didn't know what use imperative handle was.
Well, it's a new hook, and there is a really it's a really good article. And I was like, do I need to refactor one of my design system components because of it? And then I started agonizing about. See, right there, and I'm like, oh, do I need to do this? And
I love how 3 of us found it at the
We
exact
talked
same
about
time.
it, so yeah, and I added a bookmark to my vault of bookmarks. So hold on, let me go to my bookmarks. But then I can't paste it in because I'm not logged in. But let me see.
That's fine.
All I know is I'm winning.
Yeah,
That's
for the
true.
first.
Well, fine.
Point.
That's honestly not what I expected from a React-based quiz show. But of course, the other answer is use sync external store, which you would be forgiven for not knowing if you were not a library author yourself, if you're not like making state management libraries. But use sync external. Does anyone know about this? Who can talk about use sync external store?
I knew the first one and the last one. I didn't know sync external store had 3. I didn't know off the top of my head. But I've at least heard of it. I have not heard of use imperative handle.
So have you
That one
used
is
it
probably made
at
up.
all? Cool. So yeah, use sync external store. Wow. I wish that gets bleeped out somewhere.
That was a Frank Reynolds quote.
Yeah, use sync external store would be used for something like Redux or any even a React query, anything that stores some state not in a React state component or in a state hook. And you can use sync external store to synchronize between the external storage and between React by using those 3 methods. And another fun fact: all of these hooks, all the third arguments are all optional. So most of the time we only use them with 2 arguments, which is why it's also hard to remember that all of these take 3 arguments instead of just 2. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, can we move on to the next one? Any other thoughts? Any other comments?
Someone get Mark Erickson in here. I think Mark has dived into use sync external store more than 90% of other humans on the planet, at least.
That was true. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is more of a challenge. This is going to be an interesting one. So there's on the next slide, there is a snippet of code from one of my projects. So if there's anything you notice, any terrible decisions that are being made in that snippet, that's probably me. But the job is to figure out what are some libraries that you would find in the package JSON of this project. There's probably a few of them in there. So are you guys ready for this? Now we can do this, if you guys want, we can do this as a group activity where anyone who recognizes some libraries gets points. Or we can do this as individual where you look at them and you make a list on your own. And then at the end, you can tell us how many libraries you recognized. How do you guys want to do it?
Let's do group. I like the chaos.
Chaos.
Yes. Chaos, please.
Choose it. Fire code.
Chaos it is. Anthony, Scott, you guys down for this?
Always go with the chaotic choice.
Perfect. There we go. I'm going to make this.
React DOM.
Do we just shout them out or do we go in?
You can, yeah.
Tailwind. Is that tan stack? Or React query? React router.
Wait, API event. What is that?
Oh, Lodash for the group by.
No, that's Remeta.
Oh God.
What is Remeta? I've never heard of that.
Is class names
Unless you meant Ramda.
No,
import
I meant
class names and
Remeta.
class names?
Am I the only one that uses Remeta? Wow. I think.
Yes.
Is
Is that TRPC at the top?
It could be TRPC. It could be React query.
I know, is React Query?
I haven't used React query
But-
in the last like 3 years. Event.time.format. Now that could be like Luxon or Moment.
Wait, I didn't even
Could
see
be
that.
like the name one.
Event.time.format.
The last not purple
Oh,
one.
I see. Well, hang on. The data is coming serialized.
If there are
If
some
query hits
mistakes
an
like
API,
that,
it's coming back serialized as something.
there
What
are
was
some
that thing?
things that I changed or slightly
There's a song?
edited to not just give away the answer. And also there might be some missing variables that you'll see here just so that I could keep this piece of code short.
So this is like some ChatGPT code. It looks good, but there's problems.
Yes.
You could say that, yeah, except that it was actually written by a human, so you cannot blame an AI for how terrible it is.
I'll blame you. Okay, my final answer is TRPC, Lodash, class names, Tailwind, React router.
You forgot React and React DOM.
Oh my
React
god.
and React DOM. I should have mentioned that excluding React and React DOM.
No, I think they actually got coconuts for those. I like that. That's a good point.
All right, Dax, Kathleen, anything that we missed
Actually,
or
we
anything
could-
that Josh
It could
missed?
just be solid.js for all we know.
I am in the happy land of design system components. So when I'm seeing all this stuff, my eyes are bleeding.
What if edit outlined is like a Chakra UI component or something?
Well,
Would that
one-
make you happy?
One, I'm a fan of post CSS. I am a fan of like using CSS as like nature intended it.
Oh no. Oh no, we're getting into this already.
We're not
Are you seeing a router.push inside a button on click, and is that triggering any?
That's the best way to redirect stuff.
Why?
Are you intentionally hurting us?
I would
Specifically, Kathleen?
What?
This is an
Alright.
accessibility issue, yeah?
What?
It is? Maybe.
Well, is it an accessibility issue? The fact that the button causes a navigation, but is a button, not a...
It's
You
a
know,
button
hey.
link. Like a button doesn't like shouldn't.
Mhm.
Like, what is the
Yes.
purpose of router.push/edit? Like, does that cause a state change, or does it
Well,
also additionally
buttons-
cause like a...
button-
Depends
yeah.
on what router it is. And I don't think I've heard the correct guess so far.
No, the issue here is the button should actually just be a div.
Yes.
Of course.
And did you put outline none in your Tailwind properties? This is my new strategy for winning. If we just make Kathleen so miserable that Kathleen has to drop out, then less competition for me.
My hair is turning grayer.
by
just give
this
everyone one
conversation.
coconut for this.
Yeah, so there are a couple of them that I guess we'll just go on to the next spot. So here's the full list, excluding React and React DOM. So you go at TRPC.
Dash.
Day.js. What the heck is Day.js?
All right.
Day.js. Does that like serialize a date? Okay, here's my question. That query is getting a date over the wire, I'm assuming. How are you calling format on it? Does Day.js let you do that? It serializes it?
No, in the actual code, it is we are passing event.time into the Day.js function and then calling .format. But I thought that a snippet that says Day.js and calls that function would probably not make for the best question of recognize the libraries.
You're right. This question was really good otherwise.
I have a question. I thought TRPC like wraps around and includes some stuff around TanStack query. Did you explicitly include TanStack query?
Yes.
Well, you have
so
to
TRPC,
include it as a dependency. It's a peer depth, right?
So TRPC by default, it just gives you a native HTTP client. The TanStack query one, or the version that we are specifically using in this snippet, is a separate package that TRPC also provides that wraps around TanStack query. But you don't have to use it with TanStack query. It's not tied to it, or it's not tied to React.
Got it.
So it leaves that layer like open to implementation. I have one implementation that works with RxJS, which I used for a while, then I ripped out because I realized using RxJS with React is just not a good idea.
That's double React right there.
Yeah.
Too observable for me.
And you got Tailwind CSS, you got class names, Day.js, and the router is Next.js. That was not React router. That one is a difficult one. I don't expect anyone to really recognize that. All right, should we move on to the next one? Any thoughts so far?
Using RxJS with anything is not a good idea. Ooh.
Wow, what a spice.
Hot take, man. Hot take.
I'm curious, why Day.js over Luxon? I've never done this investigation.
It's just the one that I'm familiar with.
I use Luxon as well, so can we take a coconut away from dev?
Do it. That was an evil snippet. That's good to know. That's what my teammates will be looking at for a while.
I was wondering, I was going to say Next.js, like, but what hints here that it's Next.js?
The router.push. React router does not do router dot anymore. You use a hook that gives you a navigate function and you directly call it. And I believe Remix might have something similar because it's probably just built on top of React router. All right, let's move on to the next one. And for this one, we're gonna ban Josh from answering it. Is this a TypeScript or an ESLint error? Yeah.
That
Buzzer.
is. I don't use linting, so I don't know. But I believe that's an ESLint error.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Do you know which ESLint rule or plugin might cause this error?
No, because I don't use linting, and no one has convinced me to use linting.
That's awesome.
You don't know TypeScript is a linter, right?
Why?
As many people say.
Why?
That's a cute piece.
Why?
Okay, wait. I wanna see that peacock again. That was a cute peacock. Does it have a name?
Why are you not linting?
Oh, why am I not linting? Make me. No one's made me lint.
You're in the spotlight now, Dax. Why are you not linting?
I don't. It's just a personal thing. I don't like. Everyone should lint. I'm not.
It's
I'm not
scary.
gonna make an opinion. It's a personal thing. Okay. Private is
Oh,
personal.
Kathleen has some monsters with her. Well, you are right. It is an ESLint error, and the rule is method signature style.
Yeah, I knew that.
And I'll let Josh take why we should be linting and why Dax. Josh, your job is now to convince Dax that he needs linting.
It's to
Dax.
make me, not to convince me.
Yeah.
Make him.
So first of all, I would love to convince you / make you / whatever, help you on your journey to linting. How much time would you be willing to give me, like, to try to make the case for it?
I'll narrow maybe the range of things you could talk about. I've definitely used linting a bunch in the past. My issue is, unlike Prettier, which I just drop in and I don't have to think about, whenever I drop in a linting thing, there's always things in there that I disagree with and always things I feel like I need to configure or override. And that whole experience to me has been less worth it than the benefits that linting provides. And I work on a very small team, so it's like pretty easy to enforce things just by yelling at each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think you raised one of the big problems that like JavaScript linting has had over the last decade. It's that for a while people would shout about these like ridiculous style preferences that like don't actually really help you. I will say that ESLint and TypeScript ESLint have gotten a lot better at this, especially in the upcoming TypeScript ESLint v6 major version that's in beta now. We split out all the stylistic rules into their own config, and I highly recommend just like try with a fresh ESLint config from our docs and just enable the recommended and recommended requiring type checking rule sets. I think you'll have a much better time. There will still probably be rules there that you disagree with or just like don't have the time to fix. And I'd say a good strategy is just disable the rules in your ESLint config, anything that's giving you grief, and then continue forward from there. Eventually you might find time to enable them.
That makes sense.
But no, you make good points. Like,
yeah. I think I've mostly just been dropped into code bases I already had it on. So that's maybe why I was found some frustration. The other question I have though, and I don't know if this is true or if this was ever true. I think there was a time where requiring types on function returns was a default rule, and that was one of the things that I like ejected super hard out of.
Yeah, so two things on that. Well, three things. One, I agree with you. Hard no from me. There are very specific code bases or times when you want that. In fact, one of the other maintainers on TypeScript ESLint is like a big proponent, and we don't see eye to eye. So I agree with you. Full hard pass. Two, that was removed from the recommended preset. It's like at the very least in the new version, it is removed. And three, if it were in a recommended preset, it would be moved to our stylistic rules now, but we don't recommend it anymore because like TypeScript's gotten real good, and oftentimes explicitly writing your own types is not just a waste of time, but like actually hurts your type system. So yeah, same page. Strong agree.
Cool. So far we've covered the Tailwind debate. We've covered the explicit return type debate. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah. And Josh, speaking of code bases that have TypeScript and ESLint set up, do you want to give a preview of your talk, what your talk is about at React Miami?
Absolutely. Use Prettier or an equivalent. Use a formatter. Use a linter such as ESLint. Use type linting, so you have to use ESLint with TypeScript ESLint. Use TypeScript. And I swear, for the love of all that is holy, stop using ESLint for formatting. That's not what it's for. No one wants you to do that. Don't use the semi-rule. Don't use the indent rule. Also, yeah, learn TypeScript. It's a great language.
Yeah, learning TypeScript is probably a good idea now that pretty much everyone's kind of moving into TypeScript now. So yeah, that was great. Thank you very much for the discussion. Any other comments on this, on ESLint, on TypeScript? Is there anyone else who is religiously against ESLint for some reason? Or religiously in favor of ESLint for some reason?
My religious beliefs prevent me from using ESLint.
Awesome. All right, let's move on to the next one. And this one, we're going to ban Kathleen, which I guess, I don't know if it's fair or not, but we're going to ban one person from every question. Josh, go ahead. Which ARIA attribute is invalid? That is a typo, by the way, so it is supposed to say description.
Oh,
but
is that still your ARIA invalid, I want to say?
Is your answer ARIA invalid?
Yeah, I'm not confident on it, but YOLO.
Okay, Kathleen, do you want to win this one for us? Do you know which ARIA attribute is invalid?
Is everyone finished answering?
I have no idea at all. I'm going to say... I'll guess just something different from Josh as the hedge. I'll do ARIA required.
All right, Kathleen, it's your turn.
Okay.
We'll decide who gets coconuts or not.
Well, one, I've never seen ARIA description ever added to an input. One.
Wow.
To anything, in fact. ARIA required. Yes, that's a valid thing that you would see in an input. ARIA labels is definitely something that you would put on an email address, but usually you would put that on a label.
So I would say
then there's ARIA invalid. Yeah, that.
Right.
Yeah, so those are ones that can be on there. ARIA description I would not put on there. But I'm just wondering about. But the ARIA description's like, get that out.
Well, you were right. ARIA description is not a valid ARIA attribute, at least as of today. It still exists on MDN for some reason. It's either not been introduced yet or it's been deprecated. One of those two. I'm not fully sure about that.
Wait. So just to be clear, ARIA invalid is the invalid attribute.
No, ARIA invalid is. By invalid, I meant it's not a correct ARIA attribute that you can use in HTML, or at least
that
in
wasn't
this way.
clear to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry about it. So ARIA invalid is used to describe validation. So if an input field has an invalid value and you would like that conveyed to accessibility tools, instead of showing just a red border or instead of like putting text, you can put ARIA invalid, and that tells screen readers that, hey, this input is invalid. You might need to set something again.
Well, I take that back. I'm looking this up. ARIA description is a valid label. I'm not sure if you would use this though on an input, because there's ARIA label and ARIA description, and ARIA description is a mechanism for the developer to describe or annotate a current element, providing greater context. But why would you put that on an input in the first place? Right?
As a duplicate of the placeholder? Because
Yeah,
placeholder is inaccessible in many ways.
Because, well, there's things like you have ARIA described by, ARIA label, and when you have ARIA label and ARIA described by, and then there's a whole like priority of like which is read first when you add things, and don't get me started. Okay.
So
anyway,
The whole point was to get you started. Please keep going.
Well, I need to read more about, because I've never seen ARIA descriptions put honestly on.
Ben Myers has a blog about this.
Give you enough, I don't want to give you irresponsible information. So.
I am irresponsible with accessibility.
I am not irresponsible, because I'm about to give you a talk, and then I'm going to give you irresponsible information to how many people that are going to like send this to the world and add more ARIA to their sites.
What ARIA doing?
I am about to demonstrate chaos.
Yeah. You can defer all liability to Ben Myers. He's as responsible as it comes when it comes to this stuff. So if he gives tips on this, they're probably valid. So check that blog.
Well, speaking of your talk, Kathleen, what is it about? Please tell us more about it.
Well, my talk is about design systems being a carnival, and how you can make one accessible component, and how one accessible component can wear many pretty masks. So generally I talk about how you can build an accessible component, but instead of talking about how you can build an accessible component, I'm going to talk about how when building an accessible component, you can get in danger when you don't edit that, like when you don't edit properly, when you start going in the wrong direction, and how that can become chaos.
Very
so
interesting.
When you misuse things, chaos can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a lot of accessibility talks. So yes, like Ben Myers has a lot of good blogs, but there are a lot of other people that talk about accessibility, like me.
So this is exactly what Ben says about why you would want to use it on input.
Anyway.
Cool. So because looks like there might have been some issues with my questions.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give a coconut to Kathleen for correcting me on that.
Yes.
And not a coconut to anyone else, because no one gets the correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Let's go on. Let's do the next question. And Dax is banned from this one. Which AWS service or multiple services would you use if you want to deploy a single page application? That was Josh. I
You can
believe.
use S3. Yeah, you just push up some HTML, JavaScript, CSS files up to the cloud.
That is correct. If you can recognize the second service, that is an essential part of deploying a single page application to AWS, S3 was the easy one. Let's put the coconut on if you can recognize the second one.
Did I miss one on the ES linting or for the linting for him?
For the linting, no, the linting is the linting coconut is going to Kath. Oh no. Wait, yeah, Dax is getting the linting one.
Okay, I think I already gave it to him then, potentially. Did I not? 2. I don't know. He's up to 2. Kathleen's got 1, and I have 0 on Josh. I thought Josh had 1 maybe, but.
Cool. Well, we don't have the second name, so Dax will leave it to you. Should we give Josh a coconut for recognizing S3?
We give him half a coconut? You recognize S3, but he didn't deliver the solution with optimal performance to the users, so he doesn't care about the users. And I think that only.
Oh no,
deserves
Josh.
half a coconut.
Oof.
That's some
I mean, if I
accusations,
cared about
Josh.
users, I wouldn't be giving them an SPA. I'd be giving them like a modern, hybrid app.
Oh, now we're getting into the SSR versus SPA thing. Wow, we're covering everything. Well, the other answer is I think CloudFront because you need to
Yes.
CDN it.
Well,
But hey,
since you're
there's
the
a lot
expert-
you need. You need Route 53 to do the DNS. You need ACM to get the HTTPS certificate. So Dev again.
Right, but the most important ones, you can get the
I know.
domains from other, like, I don't know if AWS is really even the best choice to get a domain. There's just, HTTPS is a kind of a pain, but right. So that was a single page application. What if there is SSR? What would you use, Dax?
If it is SSR, if you want to deploy to Edge, you can use Lambda Edge to Edge deploy it. Most people don't really need to do that. But you use a combo of the two things we said, S3, CloudFront. Static assets go through that, and in dynamic, it's forwarded to a Lambda function, which will render the dynamic content. And
Nice. And is
there's
that
like a
what
million
your
little
talk
things
is
in between,
about?
but yeah. I don't know. I haven't written my talk yet. Just kidding. Sort of. Yes, it is about all the details with that. There's a lot in between.
Nice. So, is there any other insight, any other, I guess, what would you call it? Sneak peek into your talk, into what you might be talking about? What does Vercel do?
Yeah, so I think in my talk, I do like call out things like Vercel and Amplify. My talk is going to demonstrate one way you can deploy these things. You think of Next.js or any of these frameworks as like a single framework, but they're made up of a bunch of little pieces at deployment time. And because they're made up of a bunch of different little pieces, you can make different architecture choices for each part of it. You can say this part is going to be served by this, or this part is going to be served by that. So in my talk, I'm going to go through just one way of doing it. I'm going to see if I can cover, I have to time myself and see if I have a little extra time. If I do, I will cover some of how Vercel makes different choices because they're not bound to just using AWS. So they mix in a few different services to kind of go above and beyond what you can do just on AWS.
Amazing. That's the one that I'm really looking forward to, even though I probably know everything about it, but I probably don't. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Just stay in your comfort zone there, Dad.
You can correct my talk.
Come up on stage.
Yeah. All right. So this is our next question. No one's banned this time, but we are jumping a little deeper into the ecosystem. Hey, I'm looking forward to all talks, okay? It's just that I spend more time in the cloud than in the browser, unfortunately.
Cloud.
Oh wait, what did I do there?
Is it use field array?
Wait,
Trick
I think I
question,
just haven't
both.
answered there. Oops, it looks like I missed a slide. Yeah, it looks like I missed a slide there, so that's my bad. We're going to go over this question and move on to the next one. This is not really a question, it's more of a challenge.
And this is
so
where
we're going...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're going to let the audience weigh in on this.
Yeah, sure. So you can get you can have some time to kind of prepare it if you want, But the point is that we're trying to make a 30 to 60 second, let's say a TikTok style reel, where you're going to talk about what your talk is about, what that topic is, why are you giving that talk, why should someone stay tuned, or why should someone come and listen to this talk of yours.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about it?
And use your, be who you are. Just put it out there to the world. It'll be more fun that way.
Yeah, it's a TikTok. Make it fun, make it catchy, make it sensational.
Right. And we'll start a timer. We'll do this here. Let's see. Game show timer.
Sorry, I didn't fully understand the prompt.
All right, so the prompt is that you have 30 to 60 seconds, let's say, to give a preview or give a promo of what your React Miami talk is. Imagine it would be going up on TikTok or as YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or just a Twitter video. And this has to catch the audience's attention and tell them about why they should attend your talk. Any other questions? Eat a coconut TikTok.
I don't know if I'm going to do this one.
Just put your Miami Vice shades on, bro.
Yeah.
From the other day.
Oh, you guys are not ready for my outfits.
You see Adam make trailers for his stream every day. This is just one of
I know,
those.
and there's a reason I don't make them.
Well, feel free to phone a friend.
Will he phone a friend?
Or use the chat, or
Come on, chat. Yeah,
whatever.
help me here.
All right, we will let you use the chat. Reach out to a friend online. We got all of them
There
here,
we
all
go, do a
33.
thirst trap.
All 33 right here in the comments.
TikTok thirst trap.
Yeah.
Dax is going to do a TikTok thirst trap. Yeah. Watch out, y'all. Dax is reaching out for help. Can anybody assist?
Who here spends the most time on TikTok? I can say very confidently I spend 0 time on TikTok.
Same.
But alright, so who spends more than 0? Anthony?
Nah,
Really? Come on.
I don't even have it on my phone.
Same.
Josh, how about you? Are you a frequent TikTok enjoyer?
Yeah, I binge when I'm on vacation, and then I remove it from my phone when I'm at home.
It's too tempting. Kathleen, how about you? Are you a frequent TikTok enjoyer?
I have it on my phone. I remember it about every 2 months. I will check out something, and then I'll get sucked in for 5 minutes. Then I say, "Oh no," and then I put it away.
The thing
So
with
I don't get
TikTok is
sucked
you
in.
think you got sucked in for 5 minutes, but you actually got sucked in for 3.5 hours.
Right. Yes.
I probably did go into a fugue state, but yeah.
Cool. So who has their TikTok ready to go? If anyone. If not, we can take a
Who
little
can
more time
turn
to
their
prepare.
talk into the hottest tech Twitter take.
We can
That's
do
like a
that.
skill I've been honing for the past 2 years.
All right, Kathleen's ready to go. Looks
So
like
let's go.
So how long do we have to do this? How long? Is it
30 to
gonna be?
60 seconds. It's not a strict deadline. You can go over 60 seconds if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay. So my talk is about design systems and how they are like Venetian carnivals. So they could be like these really pretty masks, right? These Venetian elegant carnival masks. And if done right, you can get access to Venetian carnivals. But if you make your accessible components in the incorrect way, are you getting to the correct carnival? If you are not doing things the right way, whoa, maybe you're not getting into this kind of carnival. What happens if you don't do your components in the right way? It could be this way, or you could be getting into maybe not that carnival. Maybe you could get into like this kind of carnival, or maybe something else could start entering the picture. You know, a little bit more chaos could be starting to happen, and you have chaos. So come to see my talk and see what happens when you mix your masks. It'll be a good time.
That was amazing. I think you set the bar really high for everyone else here. So much so that Josh just decided to dip.
I think he's probably getting. I bet he's getting props.
He's going to get props now.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Overwhelmed by having to do this. This is stressful.
He's like, I'll be right back.
Hey, I never said this game show is easy. That was never the point.
Yes, you did. It was in the email.
It was in the email. Yeah.
Okay, now I definitely have to check my email.
He's gonna screen share that sucker on
Okay,
Twitter.
I guess I'll go next. The point of Twig Talk.
Wait. We need to put you on the spotlight here.
The point of
And
Twig Talk is to get engagement and viewership and get people to follow you. So that's the angle I'm going to take. So,
All right.
if you
Let's
like
see
free stuff, everyone likes free stuff. If you want free stuff like a MacBook Pro, you should come watch my talk. My talk is sponsored by a wonderful person named Adam.dev. He will be giving every single audience member a free MacBook as long as they attend my talk and listen to the whole thing. So if you like free stuff, if you want a new MacBook Pro, a new MacBook Pro M2, whatever you want, he will get it for you. He's rich. He can buy you whatever you want. So come to my talk. There you go.
Oh no. Free Macs. Oh, Michelle brings up a good point. What about the virtual attendees? What about the people watching the live stream?
They will be getting virtual MacBooks, like a virtual machine, virtual machine MacBook that they can run on their computer.
Amazing. Well, it looks like Adam is not in the chat anymore, so we'll make sure to send him that clip. And hey, I guess that's valid. I never said that the preview has to be completely accurate. I just said it's 100% for a TikTok.
Accurate. What do you mean?
All right, Josh, you have some very strong shows to follow up to. You think you're up for the task?
I don't know. Those were strong. I'm nervous.
I believe in you.
Thank you. That makes one. Everyone, oh my god, you would not believe it. People keep using ESLint wrong. I will save you so much time. Listen to me. Look, listen to this. Stop using ESLint for formatting. It is the wrong way. Every time you do it, Jerry the cat gets upset. You're ruining Jerry's life. Stop.
I think your microphone came unplugged.
Oh no, was I muted? Oh no.
No, just for the last part. That was that.
Right.
How did you do it? How did you do any of this?
There it is. I had to switch my input source to OBS.
You set up this thing in OBS that quickly? Wow, that's incredible.
The mic mute kind of ruined it. You want to? Let's go.
That was obviously Josh wins.
All
I'm
right.
seeing spots.
My cat doesn't even let me pick her up, so even that's pretty impressive.
Nice. He gets a lime with his coconut.
Can you take my coconuts and give it to him?
I shake them all up. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
If you want to, for sure. We can take away your coconuts and give them to Josh.
Why
I think
do you
when
have
Josh-
coconuts?
I don't
What
know.
is
I
that?
gotta.
I'm the host. I can do whatever.
I'm gonna donate a coconut to Josh here because that just the silence was even better than cats.
Also, I believe Josh had coconuts, but when he rejoined, we might have lost the headline there.
We'll give
Okay, then I'm selfishly keeping mine because I only got
Keeping
one.
the little guy down.
Oops.
That was a very, very unanimous victory. That is amazing.
And
Big congratulations, Josh. Hope you go viral on TikTok.
Thanks.
All right, now we just need to cut that out and trim it and then put it on TikTok for him.
And I put my
On it.
Doberman on stream in exchange for a coconut. You know, I have a dedicated camera for him, but I actually took it down last week and I haven't put it back up. So unfortunately, I can't. But it would have been awesome if I had it set up. Could have put
good.
him. He's also laying down outside because it's been raining for the past week and it's finally sunny.
Awesome. I think that's pretty much all I had in terms of the questions. At this point, we'll be open to take questions from anywhere. If you guys have any fun trivia challenges that you would like to ask other participants, or if chat has any fun trivia questions that they would like to ask us.
Yeah, audience, get involved. Let's hear it.
What about you guys, Josh, Dax, Kathleen? Any fun trivia questions you could think of?
Yeah, here you go. Here's a fun one. Oh, wait, don't mention that. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, let's talk about the new Crablang, that a community-based effort to replace Rust. Why would you use Crablang, since we cannot say the word Rust?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Can you explain that, by the way? I saw something on
it's
Twitter. I
Florida
didn't
trivia.
listen. What's happening with that? Oh my god, Florida trivia. Yes.
Let's keep it Miami, right? All right, Michelle, you gotta come up with the questions. Then you're in South Florida, there, right? Or
Right,
dear.
until we get a Florida trivia question, let's go with this one.
There you go.
What is the best
Who wants
programming
to
language
take this one?
in the world? It's OCaml. I already know. This is not a. He's asking. This is a trivia question from Nexel. There's a right answer, and it's OCaml.
CSS.
It's, you know what? It's hard to deny that.
The TypeScript type system.
Next one just says correct. Everybody's right.
Axel
Correct.
says I got it right, so I deserve a coconut.
You just said correct to everybody. Correct.
All right, Florida people, I'm out of this.
Florida man's home.
All right, here we go. Florida is known as the Sunshine State, but what is the official nickname? Is it A, the Orange State, B, the Everglades State, C, the Peninsula State, or D, the Alligator State?
I know it's not
Just a
the
chat
alligator
GPT
state, but
question.
I'm putting that as my answer.
Official, there's like an official nickname,
I guess
Like-
so.
like New Jersey's a Garden State, like that kind of thing.
Like a garbage state.
I have no clue.
Anybody?
I'm gonna guess B, the Everglades State. I don't know.
B, Everglades State. Okay, Allison, give us the answer.
That's my guess.
Or Michelle.
I'm
maybe
sticking with
Michelle.
alligator.
Alligator.
Can't be Alligator State. That's insane.
No idea what the answer is. Let me ask ChatGPT.
So it was a ChatGPT question, Anthony. You
was.
guessed correctly.
That's good. Yeah, right.
Anthony is the ChatGPT whisperer these days.
The official name of Sunshine.
What?
Oh my God, ChatGPT got us. It's a trick question.
Wait, did ChatGPT also come up with the question?
Yeah.
I think so.
I went through this other day getting ChatGPT to come with trivia questions. It is sneaky.
All right, this is a fun one. Is there a meaning to the name of the city Orlando?
Yeah, it's a Native American translation for Disney World.
Nice.
He's keeping
I
such
thought
a
it
straight
wa-
face. I
No.
believe this is probably.
I thought it was in reference to like the like citrus blooming, like all the plants and nature around it. You know, like Orlando Bloom.
I was like, where is he going with this?
Cool.
Margin is outside. Pat is inside. Do I get coconut?
Should he get a coconut for that? What do you guys think?
Props are passed by parent. State is set by self.
Or by children? Or wherever you pass the set state to. Anthony's back. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, y'all.
All
Let's
right.
get hyped in the audience. What?
Right, let's bring back some of our amazing background music.
Okay, I'm gonna beatbox and somebody has to freestyle. Ready?
All right.
Who's up for the
I'm not gonna do it.
freestyling? Yeah,
Who's a
Josh.
hip-hop?
Josh is up for
Who
the
does
freestyling.
hip-hop?
Here we go.
Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped turned upside down, and if you'd like to take a moment and sit right there, I'll tell you that.
That was great.
That's a pretty nice freestyle.
Crushing.
I
Good
cannot even do
beatboxing,
like
honestly.
5% of that.
Someone did acapella in college.
All right, I've just heard word from our super high benefactors that we have a prize.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what is
Can we
this
get some
prize?
intense music
Yeah.
for this?
Let's do that, please. Here we go. Victory. Victory!
All right. The prize for the winner, by the way, who is the winner?
Jack.
Josh should have more coconuts, right? I think our winner
I have no idea.
I think our winner for Miami Jam 2023 is Josh Goldberg. Congratulations, Josh!
Dax is like, wait, what just
Jack
happened?
has 2. Wait.
I think there were some issues with when Josh rejoined, so he lost some of the coconuts that he had won from before.
Can we split the prize 3 ways though? I feel like we all did so great, you know.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, you can get to decide that once I reveal what the prize is. The prize is a free ticket to React Miami to a person of your choice.
Oh,
That's cool.
Wait, sorry, what
Cool,
did you say?
thanks.
I missed it. You can what?
The prize is a free ticket to React Miami to a person of your choice.
Oh. Dan, give it to me. Will you actually come, Dan? Dan is not.
Even though I can't go.
I thought
My
you guys lived
coworker's
in Europe or
coming.
something.
My coworker's coming, but she doesn't have a ticket.
Oh, she can have mine.
Huh?
There we go. Problem solved. Your coworker?
Yeah, she's coming down, but she can't. Yeah, she doesn't have a ticket. I'll ask her.
Ah. Well, thanks
Well,
for the free
that's what she
ticket. I
wants
really
to.
appreciate it. That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's
There
awesome.
we go. Congratulations.
I'll ask her if she wants to go. Like she wants to go to the beach, but I'll ask her.
I don't have
Yeah.
a ticket either.
She's
What?
an engineer.
You're a
You can
speaker,
use
Dad.
walk
AWS
up and
and
they-
Vercel to give your talk.
Just walk up. They'll just let you in. All right. Congratulations, Josh. Yeah. Winner, winner, winner. Woo!
Yay.
How are you feeling, Josh, after this esteemed honor of winning the first ever Miami Jam game show?
Honestly, I feel great. I feel like I learned a lot. I made a lot of friends along the way, but most importantly, I also made a lot of coconuts along the way, and I think that's what matters most.
I feel like you should be holding
Yes.
like an award while you're talking.
There's no shortage of props, apparently.
Something, please. Just use the Halo helmet. I don't know.
Wait, Dev, are you wearing like a Miami vibe of a shirt? Was that on purpose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It's close. There's not enough colors.
Yeah, because I bought this here in Cincinnati, so it's not actually.
You have to import it from Miami. To get the right colors.
Yeah.
Must import. Woo!
Wow.
Cool. Thank you everyone for coming on to this game show. Thank you for making this an amazing show, an entertaining show, and an amazing successful show. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks to our hosts. Y'all did great. Thanks to the sponsors, React Miami and such. Who else should be? Like, this was
Thank
fun.
you.
This was awesome.
Yes.
Scott, Anthony, you guys want to take us away?
All right. Woo!
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for joining us today. We had a great time. Josh, Dax, Kathleen, thank you. Oh my gosh, man, we just couldn't do any better. Because we crushed it. We lit that fire and we let that baby burn. Yeah. Join us next week in Miami. Oh, it's going to be hot, hot, hot. React Miami, y'all. Oh, guess what? The rain is gone and the sun is a-coming. Let's go. Woo! Get you some. All right, love y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to everybody that came on the panel here, and obviously JavaScript Jam, React Miami. Share it around, y'all. Woo! It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fire. All right, love y'all.
Finally, one more thing just before we end, we should decide who we're going to raid on Twitch.
Ooh, let's raid. Let the raid ensue.
I I am looking through the list. Looks like we have the Primogen who's live.
Hey, if we
We
raid
have
this,
James
James
Quick.
Q. James Q. Quick.
Yeah, James.
Time could probably use the viewer.
everybody just blast the chat when we jump in.
I see someone with only one viewer, Kent C. Dodds. Are they a person? Does anyone know who that
Oh.
is?
Is that another React Miami
actually
speaker? I'm
streamer?
not sure if I've heard of it. But I believe Kent mostly streams on YouTube. He doesn't really look at his chat much.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go raid James Q quick.
Yeah.
Please show him some love from React Miami. Are they coming to React Miami? Do we know that?
I don't remember.
Alright, never mind.
Ask him in the
Please.
raid.
Yeah, we'll ask him in the raid. Go show him some love. Thank you for coming. It was an amazing show.
Woo!
Okay.
All right, well, I'm out. Bye.
Bye.